Okay, so this is my Yamaha FZ6R. Probably show you a couple things you probably don't care about. Got some cool little wheel stickers on there. I already put the OES frame sliders. Seem pretty strong. Luckily I haven't fallen yet, so we'll see if they work out. Hopefully we'll never find out. Okay, so this is the front of the bike with the turn signals, giant turn signals. Let me just show you where the connector is down here. You can probably see that white connector right here. This is the turn signal connector, and the new one will slide right in there. Otherwise, you'll have to cut the wire a little farther in to connect the flush mounts. And it's the same thing on the other side over here. If I can find it. This one's black. Let me go ahead and turn the signals on quick. You can see what they do a comparison. It's a little bit daylight, so maybe you can't tell. There's the running lights. Turn the turn signals on. So that's what they look like right now. I'm going to go ahead and do one side first, just so I know how to do it, and then I'll do the tutorial for you guys. Okay, so I went ahead and installed the flush turn mount on this side over here. It's a little hard to see on the camera, but in person it looks a lot more noticeable. You can actually still see the turn signal on the right side, but over here it's totally flush, and actually it's on the other side of the corner, so you can't even see it at all. Let me go ahead and show you the brightness difference on these. So from the front, you can barely see the one on the right over here. Right over here. So from the front, the original turn signals actually look a lot more noticeable. Again, you will have your headlight on when the bike's actually running, so it might not be too big of a safety hazard. But from the sides, they definitely look a lot better. And brightness-wise, I think the stock ones actually look brighter than the Proton Flush Mounts. When I turn the turn signal, I installed the strobe version of these. Let me turn the turn signal on. So I think it looks pretty cool. Definitely, I like the overall look. Definitely a lot better than the original stock. Now the back turn light actually blinks faster now. You can see. I'll show you the other one on the right just as a comparison. I'm not sure when I install the second one if it'll blink even faster. You can buy flasher relays to slow it down. Let me turn the right one on now. So you can see the right side is the one I have not changed yet, and it still blinks at normal speed. The left one blinks fast. Still, the right side, front, also blinks at normal rate. So we'll see if how the back ones are affected. Might need to buy a flasher relay if both of them start blinking a lot faster. And I'll go ahead and demo how you change out the stock signal right now. Okay, so to start, we're going to have to remove the fairing where the turn signal is, because we're going to have to take it off kind of from the inside. So the first step is to remove this first cowling. You just do that with a simple Allen wrench. Take off these first 4 bolts. There's one over there and the other one on the other side, equal to this one. Mine's already off, I just put it on there just to show you guys, but it'll just slide right off once you get all 4 bolts out. Take that one off. And then probably next thing you're going to want to do is remove the connector for the turn signal. It's kind of hard to see in there because I took the white one off first. Let me show you on this side just so you guys can see. There's a little clip right here. You're going to want to lift that clip outward and slide these two apart. So it's the same thing on the other side, just a little harder to see because it's black. So again, slide that clip outwards, and then the 2 wires should slide right out. And then what you're going to want to do is take this fairing off. Same thing, use your Allen wrench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Really easy. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the turn signal connector unconnected now. You can see on the top part, there's only one part that has one side that has the clip, and it's right there. This one was actually really hard for me to get off. I had to use a like a flathead screwdriver, and I put it in there like that when I was taking it off underneath when those both were connected, and then I had to actually someone pull on the top one because it was just really hard to get off. So you might need some help getting that one off, or both of them maybe. Okay. So I took off all the bolts on all the screws on the side fairing. I can just slide that off now. Stuck. Okay. Now I didn't take it off from the very bottom down there just because I'm too lazy to unhook that and put it back together. It probably just slides off, but I've never done it before. But you don't really need to. So here's the turn signal and the wire we just disconnected. Now the next hard part is going to be right in here, and you'll see that the connector, there's a rubber part right here and then one on the bottom that holds this little plastic thing in. So we're just going to lift this part up and slide that plastic piece out. That one actually came out easier than the first one. Just this little plastic piece. And then, so all that's left is just the rubber right here that's connected to the turn signal. And what you're going to do is squeeze, let's see if we get a better angle. You're just going to squeeze as much as you can. And it's kind of like a hard rubber, but just squeeze it, it won't break anything. And you're going to pull the turn signal outward. Okay, and it just slid right out of there. Just got to squeeze this rubber part together on the other side of the fairing while pulling it out. And you can see it kind of squeezes together, just a little plastic rubber piece. Okay, so the next step, once you have your original turn signal out, is if you're going to use the wire from the original turn signal, you are going to have to cut this, like right here, which kind of sucks, which is why I went with the, I bought a pair of these custom LED connectors for 11 bucks. So you either cut right here, or you can use a new pair and save these, sell these, just in case you get pulled over too many times. You can put the original turn signals back. So I'm going to go ahead and use these, and what we're going to do is hook them up to the Proton connectors, or the Proton turn signals. And the Proton turn signals came with these bullet style connectors. So what you're going to do is just, if you need to, you can use a wire stripper to cut these off a little bit more so they shows a little more metal, some more of the wire inside the bullet connectors, which I'm going to do. These ones you can just slide off. They provide plenty of room, just to do that right now, which is really nice. So I just took the little white piece off. Perfect amount of room on the custom LED. I'm really happy with them. Then you're just going to crimp those together, which I'll show you in just one second, after I strip the wires on these a little bit more. Okay, so I went ahead and stripped the wires just a little bit more there, so a little bit more of the metal showing. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that bullet connector to one end. I'm going to put it on the red one, and then connect the red wire to my custom LED. It might be a little different. The color is going to be a little different if you connect it to the original Yamaha turn signal connectors. But I'll post a color code chart in the comment section. And go ahead and just crimp these wires. Do one of them. The rest of them are all exactly the same. So I'm just going to put the red one in there. Get my crimping tool. You can probably use a pair of pliers too if you're really strong. And then squeeze. And there you go. I'm probably going to do the other side too, because I noticed it holds a little better. So just flip, or keep it the same way. And just use the other side of the tool. So right where I crimped it on one side, I'm just going to do the other side so it's squeezing both sides down. Alright, so basically you're just flattening that metal piece onto the wire. And I'm just going to do the same thing for the rest of the 6. I already know that I want the strobe effect, so I'm just going to connect the other side of the wire to there, and we'll be good. Okay, so once you've crimped your wires, that's how it's going to look. And then what you're going to do is just slide the wire in through there first, and you'll see the proton mount will just kind of, it won't be able to pass through there because of this inner rim on the fairing. And then with this nut, I'm sorry, with this screw hanging off the other side in here, you're going to put the washer on first and then screw the nut on. The nut's a little hard to get on because it has kind of like a little gluey rubber thing inside of it, so you're going to have to use some kind of a wrench. And then once that's inside, you just hook it up back to the original turn signal wire, and you're all set. Put the fairing back on. So that's just going to hang in there. Don't know if I'll be able to get this on there with the camera in my hand. And then you're going to put the washer on, and then that just goes on top of that. Then when you're all set, hook the wire back up to the original turn connector right there, and you're all good. Okay, I got the Proton turn signal on there. You can see I put here I got the washer and the nut. You can see there's a lot of extra wire space that you won't need. So what I'm going to do is just put some Scotch tape here so the wind doesn't affect it. And when this is, actually I'll close it up, connect this first, and then tape this extra slack down in wherever it seems to fit best. Okay, so back to my original concern is you can still see kind of like that black screw pretty prominently in there. Depending on the angle in the front, it's not nearly as noticeable, but dead on and from the sides you can definitely notice it. Can't notice as much with the camera as you can in person, but once the lights are on, it's pretty unnoticeable. Get those on right now. This is during the day, so you can't really notice it as, I mean, you can still see the black part, but no big deal, I guess. But overall, I do like how they give the bike a much more streamlined look. Definitely better than the original stock signals. I think the stock signals were brighter. I'll also get a video of it at night so you guys can see. Let me turn the turn signal on. In person, I could see it quite a bit better than I think you can see it on here, but again, this is during the day. I'll get one at night. And the back turn signals actually blink a lot faster now, so I may get a flasher relay. Well, it turns out my camera kind of sucks at taking night videos, so turn the light on just behind it. We'll see what it looks like. Turn it off. Alright, so good luck on your installs. Let me know if you have any questions.